Hey, this is Avish Parashar. And one of the things I have been talking about for years is this idea that you can't sneak up on a mirror. And this is a very powerful idea, but a few people in the recent months have asked me for a little clarification. So I put this video together because to me this is an incredibly powerful idea that once you understand and can apply, can make a huge difference in your ability to improvise and think quickly. So this idea of not being able to sneak up on a mirror comes from my background in the martial arts. And when I was training heavily, I would go to seminars. And at one seminar, there was this martial arts, master guy, like seventh degree black belt, who was this small guy, full of life, big smile, and he was working with me and my friends and showing us some things. And he was a little goofy, and he looked at us to explain something, and he just says, you can't sneak up on a mirror. And we all look at like, what is he talking about? And then he even acted out. He's like, see, you try to do it, you can't do it. Then he kind of ran off and worked with some other people. And me and my friends that I was training with looked at each other, and we didn't really know what to make of that. And to be honest, I didn't really understand what on earth he was talking about at that moment either. Cut to a few months or maybe even a year later, when I'm working with my improv comedy group that I ran for 7 years. And all of a sudden, it hits me what he was trying to say, or what he was trying to get. He knew what he was saying. What he was trying to convince to us was that a mirror does nothing but reflect. So as soon as light, it moves literally at the speed of light. As soon as light hits it, it bounces back right away. Whereas we as people move much slower in our thought process. Once we get thoughts in our head, because we're full, we're not like a mirror at all, we react much slower. And you probably know this to be true because, A, you can try sneaking up on a mirror. As soon as your eye sees the mirror, you see yourself. On the other hand, you've probably had instances where you are walking down the street and you're so lost in thought that you almost bump into someone. Or a friend can walk right up next to you without you knowing it and surprise you. That's how thought slows us down. So I'm going to share the application of this in three ways. One, briefly in the martial arts where I first learned it. Two, in improv comedy where I first started applying it. And three, in the world of Ding Happens, which is business and the world of dealing with change and being creative at work, which is probably what you're most interested in. So to give it context, in martial arts, what this means is if you're fighting with someone, it's very easy to get really inside of your head, thinking about what might this person do, where might the attack come from, how can I, what technique can I use to attack them? The problem with that is that gets you thinking, which hurts your ability to reflect. The best martial artists get to a point where they stay totally in the moment, like a mirror. So as soon as their opponent moves, boom, reflexively, they come in and strike. So that's the martial arts standpoint. The emptier you can be mentally, letting go of those thoughts and getting to almost a Zen meditative state, the better fighter you become. Now, in the world of improv comedy, the same thing applies. In improv, you take the stage with nothing prepared, and then you have to create comedy. Well, it's very common for improvisers, especially newer ones, to take the stage and have their thoughts filled with, okay, what should I do in this scene? When the audience says this, what am I going to say? You'll get a suggestion from the audience, like what should the scene be about, or where should it take place? And the audience will say a coffee shop. Well, instantly your head starts filling up with, okay, well, I'm in a coffee shop. What could be funny here? That's the worst way to do improv, because when you get locked in those thoughts, you lose your ability to reflect, which means you lose your ability to think quickly and respond and adapt to what's going on around you, which is what improv is all about. The best improvisers take the stage, and whether it's based on an audience suggestion or just from their own idea or what their partner tells them, they just respond in the moment and then let it go. And then whatever comes back, they respond in the moment. So by being empty and just reflecting like a mirror, you gain access to your creative power, as opposed to staying very fixed and slow by having one idea you're holding on to. So the final level is in the world of Ding Happens, the world where we improvise, adapt, and innovate in an ever-changing world. See, this idea of not sneaking up on a mirror, when Ding happens, when something unexpected happens in your life, our first instinct is to get very cerebral. It's to start thinking of, oh my God, this is horrible. What can I do? And let our mind run wild over stress, over guilt, over anger. The more we can let that go and come back to that empty place of the mirror, That's where we're able to think quickly, react to those unexpected moments, see opportunities, just like the fighter who, by staying empty like a mirror, can see the punch coming and block it. In the business world, when a change happens, if we get empty, we can see opportunities. We can notice how other people are responding around us. We can be aware of everything and just react. So a lot of the Ding Happens philosophy is, how do you react to the unexpected? How do you react to things around you? And one of the key ways is being so empty that you're like a mirror. Just in the same way that you can't sneak up on a mirror, change can't sneak up on you if you're not preoccupied with your plan and your preset thoughts. So try to get empty. You can do things like meditation, journal, and get stuff off your mind. Just do your best to practice letting thoughts go, so that will give you access to the quick thinking skills and the creative thinking you need to deal with the dings of life when they happen. Hope that helped. If you have questions, drop me a line. Go to dinghappens.com. You can get more information there, as well as video clips about my speaking business. And contact me via that site. Drop me an email if you have more questions about the idea of not sneaking up on a mirror.